Hello, everyone. I'm Emily.
And I'm Scar.
And welcome back to another episode of the Cottage Horrors podcast.
And it is almost lights out and away we go. It is imminent. It is round the corner. In fact, when we're to date when we're recording this, we have one more day of testing in Bahrain.
Yes.
So who knows? Maybe everything we say today will be completely thrown out the window in testing tomorrow.
So irrelevant.
Unlikely, but
yes,
the season is around the corner. Last year we did a bingo card. I did forget to fill out the bingo card for maybe the post-summer break, but it is good fun to predict the season, especially when there have been so many regulation changes, have a new team enter the grid. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the season. I'm already stressed. I'm already nervous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going into it. It's funny that you say there's one new team because I know there's technically only one new team, but also every time I see Audi on the screen, I'm like, who the fuck?
I do miss the steak green. I can't lie. I do miss it. But it does make McLaren and Ferrari stand out so much more because they have such bright colours racing suits that I'm like, oh my god. Jump scare.
Yeah. But I will say, shout out to Cadillac. Their livery is at least fun.
It's a bit different. It's a bit
different. I like that they're different on each side of the car.
I also like that.
Add a little spice.
It's a little bit
everyone else. Take notes.
Everyone else boring. Everyone else same car. Everyone else dull. Everyone else's livery I just did not like. Ferrari have too much white on their car. Don't like it. I don't like any of them. Actually, that's why they're all just fine. They just aren't doing anything different. Is the problem?
No.
But
also, McLaren's race suits taking out the bit of black that they had.
Big carrot energy
was a choice.
They just look like carrots.
They looked sickly in that photo shoot.
Yeah, the orange is such a color to be photographed in. Because all the lighting is orange, so it just makes them look really not okay.
They looked severely jaundiced.
I was like, I think they need maybe a bit more iron, a bit more vitamins in their system. We're having a bit of a time. I don't really know what that was, but hey. Also, why was the F1 driver team photo filmed in a parking garage? Why are they just in some random hallway of a budget? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? It's so weird.
I love how that photo shoot alone though has already been so messy.
Yeah, I've seen all the drama. Well, I've seen bits and bobs of the drama come out of that, and I'm just
I mean, I've only seen 2, but I feel like that's 2 big things.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the 2 things, to be honest.
To be fair, yeah. I feel so conflicted about Mercedes constantly miking up George Russell and then just sending him into the wild.
He is
because on one hand, on one hand it's so funny, but then on the other hand, I just think about how the other drivers might feel about it. I'm sure they're aware, but at the same time, I'm like,
he's such a weird energy to bring to the function as well. I don't know.
Yes.
I'd feel nervous if he approached me, and while I'm just trying to mind my business, I'd be like, please do not come to my town. No. But Mr. George Russell is potentially the favorite this year to win the World Championship. I mean, we'll see. He's been put in the ring. I do think if Mercedes didn't shit the bed in that European middle stint, he would have been in the title fight come to the end. Do I think he would have been in with a shot? No, not realistically. But he was consistently putting results. Mercedes then had a really poor stint. Both him and Kimi just suffered greatly. Kimi a bit more so, and then he was able to kind of still have his name in the hat, but it was just too far gone with the other 3. So he clearly has the consistency ability. Merck seemingly have the best car. We kind of maybe thought this going in. Seems correct, although their start was questionable today, their practice start, but everyone is having a bit of a time with that, so that's okay. But yeah, I don't know. People have said he might win it. I do think my one prediction of the season is I do think we will get a new world champion. I do think it will be someone new.
That is actually on my segue bingo card.
Mine too. It's on mine.
I didn't want to okay, listen. Obviously I'm pulling for Oscar. That's my baby. That's my boy. but I'm also being realistic. So I just put new
Yes.
WDC.
That's what I put
put
on there as well, because like I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to put energy into the world. But am I telling everybody it's the year of the horse, specifically the year of the fire horse? So therefore, it's Ferrari's year. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
See, I saw someone talking about that, and it either means that Ferrari's going to be really, really good or just really, really bad. But at the same time, I don't know how much worse they can get.
Yeah, I think it can't really get much worse. I'm like, we'll see. And they seem to be happy, so I'm like, yay! Lewis is not depressed anymore. Woohoo! We'll see. But yeah, so we did bingo cards. If you've never done an F1 bingo card, I don't know where you've been at this point. Also, if you're looking for great insight on F1, this is not the podcast.
I will also say though, if you've not done a bingo card, I saw this while looking for ideas for my bingo card. Apparently, there is an app called Boxed Box where you can basically leave reviews of races. And a new thing they rolled out this year is making a bingo card.
Oh,
so
nice. Yeah, I know they do like a bunch of like quizzes, and you can do like personality stuff, quizzes and bits and bobs on there. And like they had a bunch of like Christmas, like what would you gift the drivers for Christmas and stuff. Like really good stuff on there. But yeah, bingo cards are a great fun. Just in general, people do them for like the year, and it's always great fun. But F1 bingo cards kind of like hit the ground running, and it's a thing, way to just kind of predict the season, have a bit of fun, bit of whimsy. Like we said, like if you want technical driver insight, car insight, step away. This is not it. Whilst we have watched Formula One and like, you know, we know what we're talking about and we have good insight, we also don't understand every technical bit. Do I understand all of the new regulations to a degree? Do I care about every in and out of the car? No. Just never called to me. I understand a little bit, but just not particularly my area of F1. So therefore, I'm like, that is not what I'm here for. I'm here for a little bit of a silly goofy time, and I'm excited to watch more motorsport, and especially motorsport under new regulations. It's been a while since we've had a red change, so exciting times.
I'm just here for cars go vroom vroom.
And that's amazing.
And driver drama, if I'm being completely honest.
Listen, Drive to Survive is going to drop, and I'm going to be like, oh my god,
literally the day this podcast comes out.
Drive to
Survive, go check it out on Netflix.
Drive to Survive. That's not a plug, but it could be Netflix.
No, it could be. I mean, listen. If they want to, they won't sponsor us.
But like, yeah, Drive to Survive's coming out, and am I going to act shocked at things that happen even though I watched the season? Yeah, because that's part of the fun of Drive to Survive.
I also feel like though, as an Oscar Piastri fan, I just like blocked out most of 2025.
That's fair.
Because it was painful. So I feel like I would watch Drive to Survive and be like, oh yeah, that did happen.
There was a lot going on in that season. Like there was a lot of stuff happening. So we'll see. We'll see how they've like made it spicy, I guess. But
yeah,
to not prolong the yapping, unless you
real
have a
quick
point.
Though, I do just want to say I want to ask you about one thing with the testing. Have you seen all of the buzz with Ferrari's rear wing?
Yeah,
it goes loop-de-loop.
I was like, this is either the biggest accident that has ever happened in that garage, or it's incredibly intentional and crazy to gain that much speed on under braking, like at post braking. This is why the new regulations are fun, because people interpret them in so many different ways, and I was like, it does a little whoop, a little whoop.
Yeah. It goes 180.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that it does backwards. I don't know who thought of that. But it seems to be very good from what we have seen today, which...
Listen, they're either cooking something brilliant or they're being Ferrari.
Both are there. Both are there. Unclear. Although Lewis seems happy, Charles was trying to hide his grin, but failing miserably. So we'll see.
We'll see.
But even if they have a great car, they do have still the circus that is their strategy pit team. We'll see what happens there.
All right, but without further ado, let's dive into these bingo cards.
Bingo cards. I guess we've already revealed that we have new WDC winner on our bingo cards.
Yes, we do both have that. So I guess, do we want to just kind of like start top left and move over, and then if we have the same one, we'll chime in?
That sounds good.
Okay, so I'll start. My top left box is 10-second penalty, but for 3 times. So if it happens 3 times, I get to cross that box off.
Yeah, that honestly feels incredibly likely. I fear people are gonna do some bonking, people are potentially gonna do some speeding in the pit lane. There's always shenanigans, and you know who will always go to? Ocon. Always give 10-second penalty to Esty Bestie. You can't catch a break. Yes. My first one on the top left is a Bortolodium. I want a Gabriel Bortoletto podium. Listen, we have Hajodium and Hajoints. We gotta keep the trend. So Bortolodium is what it is, and I would be
Incredible.
so excited for a Bortolodium,
Incredible. I
and no one
love
would be
it.
more excited for it than Nico Hulkenberg. So I'll be second
Yes.
in the line of the parade for that. But
As a slight tangent to that, there is a TikToker, and I know you know who they are, Sam Off Track.
yes,
Um, recently posted a video of what they would give each of the drivers for Valentine's Day. And Nico and Gabby was a romantic getaway together.
yes, yeah.
So
They have such energy. They have such energy. I'm like, yeah,
I'm here for it.
live your lives.
Yeah, go for it. Okay, so my next one over, I had this on there last year and I kept it. It is Teammate Collision.
Yes. Also,
Also very lively.
yeah. Also on mine, teammate crash. Yeah. It seems there's always a little bit of slight, um, a little bit of friction. My next one along is. My next one along is Kimi Antonelli takes out Charles Leclerc again.
That was so good. I wish I would have thought of that. Incredible. Incredible.
I was like, he's bound to do it. He's done it twice. Why not do it 3 times, Kimmy?
I mean, that child is a bit of a menace. We love him.
Yeah, but he is a bit of a menace.
Speaking of Kimmy, though, can we talk about how absolutely diabolical it was? So he got in that car accident. And then, like, right after, Netflix released that Drive to Survive clip of him saying going 30 is boring.
Also, I can't imagine being a celebrity and then having a road accident and someone filming you in 4K as they drive past. That's so embarrassing.
There's just like something incredibly hilarious when F1 drivers, or like really any motorsport athlete, gets in a car like accident or like some sort of thing.
One of my favorite like side stories. This happened. I don't know when this happened. It was a couple years ago, but like Charles got his like watch stolen and then proceeded to get in like a car chase with the people who stole his watch, but while sticking to the speed limit. And he was just kind of like cruising through Monaco chasing after these people who stole his watch. It's such a weird, crazy side quest he went on for some reason.
I love that. Meanwhile,
he like the lore behind it, but it was so weird. And I was like, okay, yeah, I guess.
He also rear-ended someone in a roundabout in Monaco, so
yeah, he's two sides of a very strange coin, that's for sure.
yeah.
But yeah, he got into a little bit of a street chase, so we love that. Sometimes they just have to be on little quests in their own time, and we just let them.
I mean, I feel like he's a king of side quests. He was out here in a Pokemon commercial.
That's so true. What type of crossover was that?
And I think what's especially hilarious about that commercial is, like, I know it's the 30th anniversary of Pokemon and everything this year, but like that commercial wasn't promoting anything. It was just celebrities talking about Pokemon.
Which I loved because I was like, yeah, tell me about your favorite Pokemon. But it was weird that he was there because I'm also like, I don't like, obviously I don't know him, but like, have I ever heard this man bring up Pokemon before? No. So, sure. Yeah. I was very confused when I just saw that on my like Twitter feed. I was like, yeah, I guess.
Kyle
like
sent it to me.
It's like Max Verstappen being in all the Heineken adverts because he's like a Heineken like
yeah.
paid partner, and he's always like acting his little heart out. It's so funny. I'm like, yeah, go Missy.
Woo. Okay, the next one is also was from last year and also feels pretty inevitable. Rain Race, but 3 times.
Yeah, I removed Rain Races because I had a few other ones that I wanted to pop on there that were a bit more like funny.
That's fair. I did briefly consider swapping Rain Race out for Max threatens to retire, but have it like 10 times before I can cross it off, because I do think I would hit that.
Yeah, he does do that a lot. Speaking of Verstappen, I've gone with something that is probably quite controversial, but we'll see. I like to just put it out there. I've gone with Hadjar beats Verstappen, whether that be in quali or during the race. He just outscores him at some point. Out. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe not. We'll see. Just
I mean,
spice.
I think Isaac had a really strong season last year overall. Like, if you look at the season as a whole, I think he did really good, and it's really just going to depend on. I mean, the Red Bull second seat is cursed. We know that. The Red Bull is also a tractor, but with new regs, new vehicles,
Yeah, new
Anything's
engine.
possible.
They're not Honda, no newbie. There's a lot of things in Red Bull that have changed over the past season. So it'll be very interesting to see how that actually like unfolds completely fresh, because obviously they lost Horner, they lost Newey, they lost a lot of people kind of who previously had built their cars, and then they've kind of gone with their own engine design otherwise where they were previously with Honda. So interesting, we'll see. Seemingly okay,
Yeah.
but I don't really have any notes on the Red Bull. Just kind of like, yeah, they're there. They should up, I suppose.
Speaking of Red Bull, though, I was watching some of the Bahrain race highlights, and my daughter's like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I'm watching some F1 stuff." She's like, "Watching Oscar?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like watching, and at one point she goes, "Where's Yuki?"
Oh no! Devastating. That's devastating. No.
I was like, "Yuki's not racing this year, baby."
Well, he's like reserved for V Cup, I think, or something.
Yeah, but like, let's be real, he's not racing
yeah,
this
he's
year.
not racing. Yeah, no, devastating. Did you see that like first rap he posted of him in like the tank top and his helmet? Oh, it like I don't know if it was on his Instagram or I saw it on Twitter because everyone was like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "He's turned into like I don't know what. I don't know. He's just entered this era, I suppose." I was like, "You know what? Fair enough." Like, man's
Go
not got a
off.
job,
We
and
love
he's
it.
like, "Man's not got a job," and he's like, "Here are my titties." I guess.
Same. My next bingo square, not directly related to racing, but related to F1 as a whole, but driver quote taken out of context.
Oh, classic. Yeah.
We saw that so much. I mean, we've already seen it this year.
Yeah, true. It's so frustrating because I'm like, do your job, but that doesn't get clicks. It doesn't get clicks. Yeah, they did it so much at the tail end of last season. I mean, they did it all through the season, but specifically around the title race, I was like, every time one of those three drivers spoke, it was always like, oh, they hate each other, and I'm like, he literally was just like, I want to win the race, which is like allowed. It's not crime.
Yes.
Speaking of a crime, trophy gets broken.
I have that too.
It always happens. It always happens. They make this trophy so fragile. I was like, trophy's gonna get broken.
It always happens, and why is it almost always Lando?
Yeah, Lando breaks it. Isaac broke his as well.
Although Max broke one of his last year, didn't he?
Yeah,
it was like during photos or something.
They all get broken. They're not very structurally sound.
No. The next one I have, and this is really just praying. Charles wins Monaco.
Oh yeah, I don't have that on here. Not because I don't think he will win it, but just because I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how Monaco's going to go under the new regs. I'd be curious. Maybe we can get some overtaking.
I had it for 2025, and I was just like, it felt wrong to remove it.
It feels wrong to take that away from him.
Yeah. I was like, I can give him this crumb.
Give him a crumb. Speaking of a crumb, I have a crumb of hope. No, it's like I have more hope than that. But Albon Odium.
I also have that on there.
I was like, I have to.
It's on 2025.
I need it.
I need
him to get like a good result in that Williams because he deserves it so much. And not that any driver should win something based on like how much they deserve it, but like let's be real, we all love Albon, and he deserves it. Enough said.
Plus, he's engaged now, so let this be an engagement present.
Exactly, gift.
I would honestly I would love a double Williams podium.
I would love that. It'd be good vibes. It'd be such good vibes.
It would.
Ugh.
So speaking of podiums, my next one that I have is Kimi wins a race.
I have that too. Kimi win.
Yes, I that one I genuinely do feel like pretty confident about this year because he had a fantastic season last year. We have already seen the Mercedes is doing quite well overall, so I feel
me too. I feel pretty confident as well. I think he's also grown as a driver. Like I think he made a few silly mistakes last year, as you would always do in your first season. But hopefully, like he's learned, and the car looks good, looks strong, and let's let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah,
let him cook. I have one that sometimes happens, and you're like, oh, this was easy, and other times is so evasive. But all drivers finish a race.
You know what? That will probably happen at least once in the 24 races, but
maybe.
I feel like now that you've put it out there into the world, though, it's not happening.
No, I don't know. It seems questionable, but we'll see. Maybe they'll get over the line. It'll just be quite slow. I don't know.
Kind of in a similar vein, but like the opposite. I have first lap crash.
I also have. Where is it? Do I? Oh no! Oh yes, I do still have it. I thought I got rid of it for something else. I still do have first lap crash. Yes.
Yeah. Especially with the new regs right now. It feels.
Yeah, I have put like a caveat on crash being like the same with teammate crash. Like a coming together is one thing. I don't want anyone to get hurt. Disclaimer. But like I want there to be like someone is retired from the race or they have to go to the pit to repair damage. Like it needs to be like substantial enough. You can't just like bonk and then drive off. Boring.
Yes, there needs to be
but boring.
consequences.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed. Because it can't just be like, yeah, like someone bonks, spins, and then they're back on the track and everybody's
no. I need a bit more. I need a bit more substance to it. So that's no fun. Speaking of fun though, last lap overtake. Last lap.
That was my next one.
Overtake. Yeah, it's just good. It's just good though. It's
yes.
It's dramatic, but it's so good. Yeah, I need a little bit of like, especially when it's like on the last like bend. Oh
yeah,
crazy.
My next one, unhinged Ferrari radio message.
I have the same thing. I put it down as Ferrari words of wisdom.
Yes.
I mean,
it must be the water.
It must be the water. Add that to the words of wisdom. Yeah, 100% that's happening. Speaking of something that's definitely happening, Papaya rules disaster.
I literally didn't even put that on here. I can't. I still have McLaren blocked on Instagram.
Good.
I blocked them out of anger last year, and I have not unblocked them. I just can't. I just can't.
Yeah, there was too much bad juju in the air.
There was so much bad juju
to be unblocked. To be completely honest.
I saw memes about when with the testing, like a lot of the cars were having starting issues.
Yeah.
And I think I don't remember a lot. I think it was Oscar that like said something about it.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what he said, but a lot of the comments were joking of like, well, don't worry, if Lando doesn't start, then Oscar won't either. Like stuff like that of like the fairness that they pulled all last season.
Yeah, it's so icky. We'll see how that looks now that they have a world champion in their team. Theoretically should change driving order. We'll see what happens. Mark Webber's already upset about this and there's been no racing, so
I mean, that's just Mark for you.
That's just Mark Webber.
Mark Webber?
Mark Webber. Oh dear, Mark. Oh dear.
My next one that I have, Animal on Track.
Mine too! That's crazy. Like literally like in the same space. My next one is new WDC winner, so I'll get rid of that. And then my next new one is Liam Lawson hits a Spanish speaking old man, i.e. Perez, Sainz, Alonso.
I have Liam and Checo beef resumes.
Yeah, I was like, listen, he for some reason likes bonking into like Perez, Sainz, and Alonso, and they always get yappy on the radio. So
I'm not saying it feels racist.
I'm not saying it feels motivated.
A little.
Not saying it's motivated, but potentially is motivated. Who knows? But yeah, I had to put it on there. It's so funny.
Yes, no, that is funny. I like that. I also had like Liam and Checo beef resume.
Oh no, he's been put on blast.
So the next one I have, probably a little ambitious, but also anything is possible this year. I have Cadillac Driver on the podium. I don't know which one.
Oh, that is ambitious.
You know. Listen, here's the thing. Maybe half the cars won't start, and then Valtteri just fucking takes it. We don't know.
If Cadillac start from the pit and everyone else back ends each other on the start, maybe. My next one is the free space, lights out and away we go, which is just classic. But then I have 5 red flags throughout the season, which seems incredibly likely. I might bump that up to 10, to be honest.
Fair.
I feel like that's a low ball.
My next one was Albon podium, so my next one after that would be I have 3 for this: radio crash outs.
Classics. We love a bit of radio, just tomfoolery.
Yes, absolutely.
My next one is I guess this could be this. I don't know. This one's a weird one, but first time on podium. Probably,
okay.
Maybe one of the babies from last year. I don't know, but first time on podium, someone new. The Nico podium gave me such a level of adrenaline that I've like never experienced in my life. That like I just need it again, but like it won't be the same because like it's not Nico, so it won't be the same as the Hulk podium. But I just like it. I need some. I mean, that could be a 2 for 1 if I get a Bortolodium, and that would also be a first time. So I could get 2 for 1 there. Who knows?
You could.
I could. It could cook.
So my next one is Mercedes wins WCC.
Yeah, I can see that. I think if they're able to have a more consistent year around the board.
They were second last year. They're looking pretty strong this year.
It was that middle stint that really did them in.
I just don't want to see Zach Brown's face win again. So I need somebody to beat McLaren.
Let it be Toto. Let it be Toto Wolff. Yeah,
please.
Honestly, I could see it. I could see it. I could see that. I went with one that is very likely, especially with Cadillac on the grid. Pit stop fail. Pit stop fail.
Yeah.
I mourn the day, like, whenever I think, like, Valtteri Bottas genuinely has some of the worst pit stop luck I've ever seen a driver have, and it makes me so sad because that man does not deserve that bad karma in his life. No. But the amount of times he's been doing, like when he was at Merc and doing so well during races, and then like the tire wouldn't come off or like some nonsense shit like that, it breaks my heart. But Cadillac, whilst I do think potentially have an exciting future, I think they'll have a lot of teething problems, and those teething problems will be pit and bits and bobs and like that because they just haven't had time to really practice that, which is fine. So, but maybe it won't be a them. Maybe it'll be a different fail. Who knows? McLaren also love a pit stop fail. Red Bull also had a pit stop fail with their fucking traffic light system, so it could be anybody. But it'll definitely happen. So we'll see who does it first, I suppose.
You know, speaking of Cadillac, I didn't put this on my grid because I couldn't figure out a way to like really holistically define it. But I just wanted to put on there like Cadillac does something unhingedly American.
Yes. Seems likely. I like how like much they are leaning into just being American. Like Haas don't really like lean too much into it until we get to like the American stint of races. But kind of like we are unbothered. We are just here. We are loud. I'm like, yeah, honestly.
At this point, I'm surprised their car doesn't sound like an eagle screech.
Yeah, it should. Put a horn on that car. Like I think lean into it though, because like if you're not gonna necessarily like, unless people are fans of Perez and Valtteri, which they definitely are, you aren't necessarily gonna like pull fans away from their current teams to you. So you kind of need to get new fans and like lean into your identity. I think it's very smart. I think they've done a very good job from like a marketing perspective of like advertising themselves as a new team. It's very good, but that's a completely different concept in video.
Yeah.
One that bingo space that I always love to put on my bingo cards: Seb visits the grid.
Yes. Which he's always like guaranteed to.
Yeah,
so.
He always shows up at some point, but Seb visits. We love it. Whether he's drawing trees or making a bee farm, we love to see it.
Shout out to Seb. My next one, I have 5 DNFs in one race.
Ooh. Yeah.
I did. I achieved it last year.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I feel like
especially as soon as rain happens.
Oh my god.
All bets are off.
Rain with the new regs.
I know.
Ew.
The new tires.
Yeah. That's interesting. We'll see. There'll be a lot of bowling, I fear. But
so much.
Hopefully it's safe bowling.
That's where Kimmy's gonna take Charles out again.
Yeah, for real. Although he just did it for giggles, I felt like. The first time he did it, he just did it for shits and giggles. I was like, there was genuinely no need. Oh, okay. Anyways, speaking of Cadillac, I've put down, you went very ambitious. I went moderately ambitious. Cadillac score points. Look, I do think they will score points eventually. They have 2 very talented drivers, but there are now more teams on the grid fighting for the same amount of points. That is quite tricky. They
Yes.
are a bit off the pace, but anything can happen, especially because F1 is so unpredictable. And I think maybe the pack is a lot closer than initially was thought. But we'll see. I would like to see them see some success as a team. Even if they do finish like last in the constructors, I'd like for it to still be like a positive first year. But it's
Yeah.
really there's really no way of knowing until we get to racing.
I mean, Nico made it to the podium last year, so I feel like anything is possible at this point. And with the new cars, new regs, everything like that.
Yeah. I did
With the
almost
Etsy witches,
with
we
the
don't
Etsy
know.
witches. I did almost put on here, but then I was like, you know what? No, like I don't want to invoke this energy into the world. But I did think it'd be funny to put on there. Valtteri hits Lewis, Perez hits Max. Like they're a bit of an old teammate kind of scuffle. But I honestly don't think that would happen because I don't feel like they'll be near each other in the pack. But also, I was like, no, I don't want that energy because they're besties. They're both besties, and I don't want to sabotage that relationship. I don't want that energy in the air. So.
No,
But
agreed,
Perez
agreed.
can hit Liam Lawson all he wants.
Honestly, I would be so fine if Perez ended up DNFing every race because he was too busy taking Liam Lawson out in every single race.
He was pulling a Brad Pitt from the F1 movie, just fucking like causing crashes.
Plan C.
Combat. Yeah. Honestly, I would love it. I would be
Honestly,
so here for
with
it.
Cadillac, the American team, it feels fitting.
Oh my god. I would give him driver of the day every day.
Yes, every single time. My next one, a team 1-2.
Nice.
I don't care which team.
Just a 1-2. Yeah, it
Just
seems
a
likely.
1-2.
Seems.
Yeah.
Could see a Merc 1-2. Maybe a Ferrari 1-2. Seems possible.
McLaren 1-2, as long as Oscar's 1 and Lando's 2.
Yeah. I've gone with a bit of sad news, but someone on the grid retires. It would likely be Hulkenberg if it was going to be anybody. But I don't know. Maybe he'll stick out another season at Audi, but I could see him potentially maybe ready to mosey on out. The other two older drivers that would be typically next in line, I think, would stick around a little bit longer, but we'll see.
Well, we all know Fernando's not going anywhere.
Fernando is going to die in that car.
They're going to have to drag him out.
Just he's been racing he's been racing as long as I've been alive,
which is wild.
Yeah, like I think
in terms of F1, that is wild.
Yeah, it's genuinely crazy, and also to like, okay, whilst he's been at Aston, not at the top of his game, but like for a long period of his career was like considered a phenomenal driver. I mean, he still is a phenomenal driver. It's just he has a poo car, but like he was sick as fuck. Like everyone was like, yeah, he's gonna go on to win so many more than what he did, and it was like, damn it, like he only won the 2, but I mean, winning 2 is incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
So,
did you see though? Sebastian Vettel and Max and Fernando want to do Le Mans together.
Holy fuck! What the hell?
Oh my God. Like, I think so. I saw at first like Sebastian and Max would want to do it together as like a dream team, but then I also saw like Sebastian in the mix, and I think I saw this quote, and I mentioned it to you in my voice note this morning actually, of like Max joking about Fernando driving until he's 75, so something about like the scheduling, and I think now like after I saw that later, so I think that's what it was, of like them trying to find like a time that they could come together and do that to like make their schedules coordinate.
Yeah, Fernando is not giving up on F1. He's not. Yeah. He just isn't. I love that for him, but also, Betsy, take a break.
Yeah, you're doing great. It's okay. But
like,
now he's got a new car, so he's like, I'm staying. I'm sad.
It's true. But I do wonder when he'll step, because obviously he is Bortolodium pending manager. So I wonder when he'll decide to step back and focusing on that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, if he wants to drive forever, I will allow it.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. Fernando, you get a pass from me.
If they can keep Lance Stroll in a car, despite Lance Stroll being Lance Stroll.
But we all know why Lance Stroll was in that car, so it's a little bit different. But Alonso and Lawrence are like besties, so...
If they can keep letting him drive, I think we can keep letting Fernando drive.
Especially because he just beats him quite comfortably every year. So
yeah. Anyway, my next bingo square, home race win.
yes, we love that. Yeah.
Would I prefer it be Oscar in Australia?
Oh.
Yeah. Do I think that's gonna happen? No.
I don't know who's gonna win in Australia.
At this point, I don't know if anyone's gonna finish.
I have no concept of it at the moment. Like I really need Australia to be like the benchmark of like, okay, this is what the actual racing looks like, because I genuinely have no idea. Like testing gives us some example, but I'm like, fuck knows. Especially with the starts being like McLaren did, like Lando they did a start and Lando didn't fucking move. Whereas Lewis flew off the blocks. Like, but then I'm like, is that like, but then Lando practiced to start by himself and it was all fine. So like, was it just like mind games? Who knows? Teams could be sandbagging and not being as good as they are. It would give them a little bit of unreliable data, but there's nothing illegal on that. So I don't know. I don't know. And they still have time to like make tweaks to their car and stuff. Like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. And neither of us are going to be able to watch Australia.
Yeah,
so we're just going to wake up to whatever.
Sometimes that's great fun, but like now that Australia's the first race of the season, I hate it. Like when it was later on, it was different because it was like, okay, like, oh, I remember like making TikToks being like, oh, I can't wait to go to sleep and like see a Max Verstappen win again, woohoo! And then like Carlos won, and it was crazy, and I was like, whoa. But like now it's like different. So I'm like, I genuinely have no idea. Like I could wake up and I'm like, oh.
Maybe you'll get your Bortoletto podium.
Maybe I don't know. That'd be insane to get it straight off the bat. I'd be like, oh, I'm a prophet. I'm a genius. If I get a Bortoletto podium, Kimi win, and like Cadillac score points all in one go, and it's just a crazy grab bag. It'd be nonsense, but it could happen. Speaking of what could happen, but I'm taking away this negative energy. I'm gonna pay an Etsy witch to cleanse this energy from the universe. But Red Bull second seat curse strikes again. I really worry how lenient they're gonna be towards Hadjar. I'm praying, because that fucking villain isn't at the team, that they'll be a bit more kind. Especially because Lauren obviously worked with Hadjar whilst he was at VCARB and stuff. I'm praying to all heaven that they'll be kinder, they'll let him grow, they'll actually nurture their second driver, especially because he's so young. But I swear to God, if they drop him for literally nothing, if there is arson committed in Milton Keynes, it wasn't me.
Yeah, I'm hoping they'll be more lenient too, because like it is a new car, it is new regulations. Yeah. Like everybody is starting over in a way.
Yes. Please let him live. Please. Let him drive and let him practice and exist.
If Hadjar gets dropped before the end of the season, I'm fighting.
I like, unless genuinely he's throwing it into the wall every race, I'm not having it. Like, there's obviously circumstances to where I'm like, if you're genuinely like massively underperforming, fair play. But like a lot of the times when Red Bull have gotten rid of their second driver, it has not been well. Like Perez's was different. Like he was at the top of his game and then like he just slowly declined. Like I do think that was the right call, but like it still sucked. But otherwise I'm like, stop, Red Bull. Like genuinely don't do this anymore. But hopefully without the villain, Mr. Villain, Hadjar will see great success at Red Bull, and I wish that for him. I wish that for him. I really do.
Yes. Me too. All right, my next one that I have is an awkward podium.
Ew, I hate that. Awkward podium.
In what context? That's for me to decide.
Awkward podium is so funny. That's so vague.
But think about last year, like when Kimi made his first podium and he was up there with George and Max, and like they had like just had a spat and everything. Like I'm talking that kind of level.
Yeah, honestly, I like that energy. I hate that energy, but I like it. I like it for the bingo card. Oh no. Speaking of energy that I like, Lewis Hamilton wins his first race with Ferrari. Obviously he won the sprint, but I'm talking race. I believe in you, Ham. I believe in you, Ham.
Now just dump Kim K and we'll be happy, but...
Yeah, I don't believe in those things, but I believe in your racing.
Yes.
Everything else associated with you can be done with.
My next one is 3 race do not starts.
Ooh.
with the issues we've been having, feels possible.
But three is a lot, but it is, we are in a, it is very unpredictable.
It is.
Hmm.
I mean, honestly, I could get 3 in one race. I really feel that in my bones.
That is not unlikely.
Both Cadillacs and someone else.
An Alpine.
Probably.
Who said that? It wasn't me, Flavio, I promise. It wasn't me. Do not fire me from a job that you can't fire me from, please. Don't do it. Speaking of Flavio, though, something that he loves to do as well, we all shit on Red Bull, he loves to fire people. I have gone with, for my last one, mid-season driver swap.
Fair.
I would hate to see it happen, but I could see it happen. I don't even think necessarily it could be like a Hadjar Franco. It could be someone else. I think it would be unlikely to be anybody else, but like, who knows?
True.
It could be goofy.
Okay, I have 2 more that we haven't mentioned. So, 6 Oscar wins. Ambitious, I know, but I don't care. I'm rooting for my baby.
Yeah. You gotta be ambitious. You gotta put it out there into the universe.
And then my last one is 3 safety cars.
Yeah. I was gonna put something on there about safety cars, and then I was like, there were other ones that I liked more. But yeah, safety cars. We
pretty inevitable.
Oh, there was that period of time where we just had no safety car for so long, and everyone was mourning for the safety car, and then we got the safety car like every race, and I was like, okay, I'm done now.
Yeah.
Put it away. I'm so sick of seeing the safety car. I just want to see a race.
I feel like, did we make it through last season? Like, was there a race that didn't have one at all?
Yeah, I think maybe at the beginning there was, or something. I can't really remember, to be completely honest. There were definitely races without. There definitely were races without one, but a lot of them did have a safety car in at some point, or even if it was a VSC or something.
Yeah.
Gosh, I do remember bits and bobs of last season, but it is such a blur. It is such a blur.
It really is.
There was so much going on last year that I kind of like. I couldn't quite. And then, like,
I was gonna say Monaco, probably. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of like.
We're not doing enough in Monaco, but also apparently Abu Dhabi did not have one. And neither did Singapore.
Yeah, that Singapore was one where it was like interesting because they usually always have a safety car. And then
yeah.
Like, hey. Everyone was like, yay, safety car. And I was like, actually, no. What if there wasn't one this year? And I was like, oh, okay. Be different then, I guess. Be quirky. Woo, be quirky. Yeah, in terms of overall predictions, if I had to take a punt, I don't know. I'm so torn on who I think is going to win the championship. I'm so torn.
I'll tell you who I want in order. Okay, like,
go.
Obviously, I want Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
Next, I think I would put my money on George.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by Max making a comeback. And then Charles.
Yeah. I'm so torn because, like, I do think... I just don't know how... Like, George is an experienced driver, but he also is not a very, like, top-level experienced driver.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tricky. I could see him making mistakes when put in a title fight when he hasn't been in one before.
I do also feel like he almost takes things too personally.
Yeah, I do wonder how that will look. But then I do think out of all the teams that they're potentially up against, aside from Red Bull's an outlier here. But when you look at Ferrari, when you look at McLaren, and then Red Bull aside, George is the only one in those 3 teams that is their number 1 driver very clearly over Kimi.
Yeah.
Whereas the other 2 is a lot more ambiguous. Like, I do think Lando technically and probably should be, although it's like, be their number 1 just because he is defending champion. Although we'll see how McLaren deal with that. And then Ferrari, realistically, it's Charles, but like, you do have the Sir Lewis Hamilton on your team,
right?
Like, everyone knows Charles is their golden boy, but like, if Lewis starts outperforming him by quite a margin, which, okay, no teammate of Charles has ever outperformed him, so that would be a first, but like, would you shift your priorities? I don't know. Whereas like Mercedes, that feels a little bit more clear cut. Like, unless Kimi starts like massively outperforming George, then maybe they do change their tune. But like that could give him an edge, whereas the other ones are still like dealing with pit order and all that fucking nonsense, where it's like he doesn't even have to think about that the same way Max doesn't really ever have to think about it. It's just kind of like, I know I'm the number one, what I say goes, which is like a great thing to have when you're like battling for something.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I don't know. I also don't know how well that Red Bull's going to perform, but you can't write Max Verstappen out of a title fight. Is the problem. So
No.
I think he has to
2025 really showed us that.
Yeah, I think you have to consider him, even if you think the Red Bull is like potentially even like the third or fourth best car. Like I think you have to like consider him in that discussion, which is wild, which shows how
He will
strong
drag
he
that
is.
tractor to hell and back.
He loves being a little farmer boy. He loves it.
He truly does.
Put him in that Alpine back when they were like absolute ass tractors. He would have been even winning up the WAS, mate. It'd been crazy. Yeah, I
will say one thing I would like to see. I'm going to be mean for a moment. I would like to see in Australia specifically Lando in the wall. I don't want him to get hurt.
No, like that's the thing.
Disclaimer, don't want him to get hurt.
Yeah, whenever we're talking about drivers, you know, potentially hitting one another, obviously the last thing I want is a driver being hurt. It's awful. I'm a little bit worried just because the cars are smaller, like what that could, the ramifications of that could be. I am a little bit nervous about that. So like, but also, is it kind of funny when it happens? Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is a little bit funny when it happens, and it feels like, you know, earned, deserved a little bit. I'm like, haha.
I just specifically in Australia, I want justice for Oscar, and I would like Lando in the wall.
Yeah, I mean, literally anything can happen. Like he might not even be able to start the car, so we'll see what happens. He might end up in the wall because someone might shunt him in the ass into a wall. Like I don't know. I'm not sure what that will be, but who knows?
Or maybe Checo's gonna try and take out Liam, and then Liam's gonna take out Lando.
It honestly, there could be a lot of domino effect like that. There could be a lot of like just big stacks of cars being taken out. Who, I don't know. I genuinely have no clue. I have no like concept. Like last year I felt like kind of confident. I was like, this is my predictions. This year I'm like,
might as well draw things out of a hat for.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like rolling some dice and being like, yeah, that's it. I'll roll.
I should before every race. I want to start random generating what the podium's going to be, and then just see how close it is.
That's now how I'm going to predict everything. When I do my grid rival, I'm going to randomly generate the drivers.
Yeah, I'm just going to have them all in a wheel
and spin.
And we'll pick 3.
Yeah. Honestly, that feels like how it's going to work. Feels like how. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't even seen any like prediction simulators of like how the season will look, but everyone, most people are saying George. Seems like a safe bet. A few people said Kimi. I think that's more unlikely because I think he's too inexperienced. But we'll see.
I'm saying Oscar, but also like probably.
I am saying one of the horsemen.
Because nothing says F1 like being depressed.
It would be. I would be like simultaneously so happy and devastated if Lewis won, because I'd be so elated that he would be like all-time outright like GOAT, like 8-time champion. No one's ever done that before. Obviously he shares that at the moment. That would be incredible, and for him to do that at Ferrari, especially when he struggled so much last year, would be immense. It would be unbelievable. But then I'd be so devastated for Charles. I'd be so devastated. I'd be distraught because he realistically had a great fighting chance in 22 and then they Ferrari themselves just like messed it up, and like seemingly this year seems like a good chance if they can get their shit together. Bruh.
I just can't watch the light leave their eyes every race.
It's so devastating. It's genuinely so devastating to just watch them get more and more just like they just lose every. Look, Charles is also getting married, so maybe he needs the trophy to like be at the wedding to like marry him and Alex. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just thinking of like him winning the WDC trophy, and then like even though the drivers don't get to keep the trophy because they have to pay a fee to keep the trophy, which is stupid. But like him and Leo taking photos of the trophy would be so cute. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm gonna go just because the world has spoken. It is the year of the fire horse. How could it not be Ferrari's year? How could it not? How could it not be? Please. Please.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
And you know what's funny? Last year was the year of like the Earth Rat, and that made me piss myself. I was like, Lando world champion being the Earth Rat.
Seems accurate if you ask me.
Yeah, and then next year is like it's still like fire, but I can't remember what it is because like the elements are 2 years in a row, and then obviously the animal changes, so it's fire something else. Oh, it's Fire Go! It's Fire Go! So I was like, that is Lewis, really, if it had to be anything, Fire Go. But, so we'll see. We'll go Charles this year, Lewis next year, and then we can all be happy. That's some peak delusion energy right there.
All right, but we'll see what happens, and we'll come back probably mid-season.
Yeah, we meant to do a summer review last year and didn't, but we will try to do that this year. We're gonna put that on us, but we'll try and do a summer review, especially because there's meant to be like a regulation change maybe with the engines mid-season. So
yeah,
who knows?
We'll see what happens. Otherwise, yeah, we'll see you later. Bye.
Thanks so much for listening. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a new episode. To stay connected with us, then follow us on social media, which are linked in the description. I've been Emily.
And I've been Scar.
Tune in next time for the best cottagecore podcast for the cottage whores.